Alright, so yesterday, DeepMind quietly released something called Project Genie. And what it does sounds impossible. You type a sentence, any sentence, and it builds you an entire 3D world you can walk through. In real time. No coding, no game engine, no design skills, just words turning into reality. But here's what nobody's talking about. This isn't just cool tech. This is the exact technology that DeepMind says they need to build AGI. Artificial General Intelligence. The kind of AI that thinks like us. And they just gave it to the public. So let's break down what Project Genie actually does, why it terrified over half the gaming industry overnight, and what this means for the future of how we experience digital worlds. Because this changes everything. Here's how it works. You open Project Genie. You type something like, a blue rolling ball that leaves a permanent, continuous trail of wet blue paint. The ball is capable of interacting with the water puddles. Then you hit enter. And within seconds, you're standing inside that world. First person, looking around, walking forward with your keyboard. But here's the wild part. The world doesn't exist yet. Not really. The AI is generating it frame by frame as you move. Every step you take, it's creating what's in front of you in real time. Think about that for a second. Traditional video games take years to build, massive teams, hundreds of millions of dollars. Every tree, every rock, every shadow is carefully placed by human hands. Project Genie does it instantly, from a sentence. And this is where things get interesting. The AI remembers where you've been. If you walk past a red house, turn around and come back, that red house is still there. Same color, same position. The system maintains visual memory for up to 60 seconds. That might not sound like much, but 2 months ago, the previous version could only hold consistency for about 10 seconds before the world started glitching and changing. They improved it 6 times over in weeks. Now, before you think this is some polished final product, it's not. The resolution is 720p. Frame rates hover around 20 to 24 frames per second. Characters sometimes walk through walls. The controls can feel unresponsive, but that's not the point. The point is that this exists at all. And people are already pushing the limits of what's possible. Users have generated underwater worlds where jellyfish follow you through the deep, hurricane simulations where rain whips past your face, ancient palaces you can walk through like a time traveler, origami forests made entirely of folded paper, marshmallow architecture, claymation castles. But here's what's really mind-bending. The AI taught itself physics. Nobody programmed how water should move. Nobody coded how light should bounce off surfaces. It learned by watching millions of hours of video, and now it recreates those rules on the fly, without being told how. Because what you're looking at isn't a game. It's a glimpse into how AI will eventually create infinite entertainment on demand. Personalized worlds, built just for you, in the moment you want them. And Google knows exactly what they're building toward. Here's what most people missed in the announcement. DeepMind's CEO Demis Hassabis said something that should make everyone pay attention. He said, and I quote, "One day, we will be able to build the holodeck for real." The holodeck. From Star Trek. A room that generates any reality you can imagine. That's not a marketing line. That's the actual stated goal. And Project Genie is step 1. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. Because not everyone is excited about this future. A recent survey of game developers found that 52% now say AI is having a negative impact on their industry. That's up from 30% just 1 year ago. One developer was quoted saying something chilling. They said their company is intentionally working on a platform that will put all game devs out of work. Think about that. People inside these companies know what's coming, and they're worried. Now, to be fair, Google tried to calm these fears. They said Genie is meant to augment creativity, not replace it, help with prototyping, speed up ideation. But we've heard that before, haven't we? Every time AI takes a leap forward, we're told it's just a tool, just an assistant. And then slowly, quietly, the jobs start disappearing. Now here's the part that might surprise you. Even with all this technology, the economics don't actually work yet for replacing traditional games. Analysts calculated that generating a 20-hour gaming experience with current AI costs would run somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 per player. That's not sustainable. Not even close. So we're not looking at game developers losing their jobs tomorrow. But we are looking at the beginning of something that will fundamentally reshape the industry over the next decade. And the timeline is accelerating faster than anyone predicted. Let me tell you what else Project Genie can do that most coverage completely ignored. It's not just about games. DeepMind is already using these generated worlds to train other AI systems. They have something called SIMA too. It's an AI agent that can navigate through Genie's worlds and complete tasks, learning, adapting, getting smarter. So Genie creates unlimited training environments, and other AIs learn inside them. DeepMind called it an endless virtual training dojo. This is how they plan to build AGI, not by feeding AI more text, but by letting it experience simulated realities, learn physics by watching water move, understand space by walking through it. The same way humans learn about the world, and that's why this release matters far beyond gaming. We're watching the foundation being built for something much bigger. Now, there's a catch, and it's a big one. You can't just go try Project Genie right now. It's locked behind Google's AI Ultra subscription. That costs $250 per month, and it's only available in the United States. So this isn't for casual users. This is for researchers, developers, and people willing to pay premium prices to see the future early. But that won't last forever. These things always start expensive and exclusive, then they become cheap and everywhere. Remember when AI image generation seemed like magic? Now it's built into your phone. The same thing will happen with world generation. It's just a matter of time. So where does this leave us? We're standing at a strange moment. The technology to generate infinite realities now exists. It's imperfect. It's expensive. It's limited to 60-second sessions, but it's real. And it's improving at a pace that should make everyone pay attention. DeepMind isn't hiding their intentions. They've told us exactly what they're building toward. A future where AI understands the physical world well enough to simulate any environment, any scenario, any experience. The Holodeck isn't science fiction anymore. It's a roadmap. The question isn't whether this future is coming. The question is what happens to all of us when it arrives. When anyone can generate their own reality, what happens to shared experiences? When AI can create infinite entertainment, what happens to human creators? When machines can simulate entire worlds, what does that mean for our understanding of what's real? These aren't questions for our grandchildren. These are questions we'll be answering in the next few years. And Project Genie, it's just the opening chapter. The story is only beginning. Alright, that's it for this one. Drop your take in the comments if you enjoyed this. Hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.